2 brand new units just dropped in Garden Tower Defense, and here's the crazy part. You're watching this video a full day before these units even exist in the actual game. Huh? Why? Because Dad Games has access to the testing lobby. So if the stats look slightly different when you get these units tomorrow, that's why. They could be buffed, nerfed, or changed before the official release. But enough talking, because we've got Bounce Bloom and Medusa Flower, and we're about to see what these two can do. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Badass Shark from Dad Games. First up, guys, Bounce Bloom. And guys, this thing is looking sick. We're seeing around 5,000 attack damage, range of 40, and over 35,000 damage per second in the testing lobby. And here's the craziest part about this. Guys, so far, this is looking like a starter unit. It only costs $350 to place, and it's a 6-star unit. But the real fun comes from its ability. It attacks, can cascade between up to 7 additional enemies, then duplicate and cascade back in reverse order. So basically, boom, boom, boom. If these stats stay close to what we're seeing now, this could be a seriously strong starter. But let's go ahead and talk about Medusa. Alright guys, so here's Medusa Flower. Just look at this thing. The petals are literally snakes, and the ability fits perfectly. Medusa Flower fires a laser through enemies and can temporarily turn them into stone. Don't believe me? Check this out. And while they're stoned, all units deal 25% more damage. Guys, that is freaking huge. We're currently seeing around 3,675 DPS, with the attack speed improving from roughly 1.6 seconds or 1.67 seconds to 1 second as you upgrade it. And again, these stats are lobby stats, so they can change before release. Okay guys, so I also don't know the final prices yet, but based on previous units, I'm guessing somewhere around 150,000 to 300,000 seeds. And personally, I'm thinking Bounce Bloom might be the expensive one, but future me, please be right. All right, so now we're done guessing. We're gonna go ahead and head into sandbox mode, give ourselves a buttload of money, and we're gonna go see these two units in action. All right, we'll go ahead and do our farm frenzy. Create this lobby. Let's get this going. And I'll see you there. All right, guys, it's nice to finally see you joined. No, I'm kidding. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead, go to sandbox, and add that buttload of money like we were saying. Now we are going to take auto spawn off just for a quick moment. Auto skip. All right, I want to see what Bounce Bloom does. Put him there. And the cool thing is we probably would have started with around the amount of money that it says, because this unit is pretty cheap, 350 to place. And we could place 3 of these units. So we took out these ones right here. I all of a sudden had enough to do that one. And then we place this one over here as well. So this would be our limit right here. It's 3 units. And this is our cascade unit. Attacks cascade between up to 7 additional enemies. Attacks duplicate to cascade the order in reverse. Okay. So far, these guys are still knocking them out, and they're only at level 1. We're already at wave 9. seeming pretty promising. Let's go ahead and upgrade him to level 2. So here's 1,000 damage, or 1,000 HP enemy right there. And so far, pretty good. Alright, get these guys to level 3. So now we're starting to get some horsepower on these guys. But they're definitely getting a little more expensive as we go, of course. We got 6,000 for our next upgrade. And are we able to take a 7,500 right now? I don't think we're going to be able to knock this guy out. Let's try that. Okay. Once we upgraded him to level 5, we were able to. But he seemed to struggle at level 3. So we'll go ahead and do that. And, okay. So this is where the major jump goes into, guys. So you go into level 4 from level 3 with 6,000 to upgrade. Then it jumps up from level 4 to level 5 with an upgrade cost of 75,000. Holy smokes. But look at the stat jump on there. Now that we got them all upgraded. So now we have 120,000 characters over here, 158,000. And honestly, these guys are pretty buff. I'm not gonna lie. They are knocking them out left and right. 132,000, here it comes. Now these guys definitely do slow down. I noticed at level 4, they still had some decent speed to them. So this guy was 0.67 of a second. And this guy right here is 1.2 seconds. So it's kind of it's almost like a prism leaf of a trade-in. You go from level 4, and you're doing pretty good, and you're holding up, I'd say, mid-grade. And then just to get that enormous boost, you're definitely going to slow him down a little bit. All right, guys. I think I'm good with this one for now. Let's do 5. Because realistically, we would have already needed some money to drop a Medusa down. So we got level 5. Now, yes, we have a ton of money. Okay, and I'm noticing something here. You guys are seeing that. It's looking like an Overlord kind of concept. Check that out. And right now, I think he's a little bit stronger than these guys. Yeah, because he starts off at 250 attack. So we need something a little bit stronger than that 100 HP unit right there before he starts turning. I want to see him turn him into stone. And you can place 4 of these units. So what I'm kind of curious is, did they fix this unit? Okay, they did. So you could literally place this unit over here, and that line is going to knock it out in its area. Watch. There it is. If you guys can remember how Overlord originally worked, when it first came out, it was stuck here. And you basically could only place it right here or like this, but it would not follow the target. They made a serious upgrade to it. And this whole concept, which I absolutely love now, is it actually follows the unit. You don't have to sit there, pick up this unit, sell them, place them back down. You could place it like here by mistake, and it's going to target these units, which is super cool. And right out from the gate, guys, we are already taking 5,000 HP enemies just at level 1. I'm going to sell that one. Let's go ahead and upgrade this one. Now we're working with a little more. He's definitely knocking them out. So you're definitely going to a little bit heavier of a jump. So here's our 50,000 enemy right here. Let's go ahead and increase that level. See how he does on this 50,000. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go full throttle with that. If you see that, so we just jumped up to 2330, and now we're gonna take it to 3675, which is quite a bit of an increase. And it's definitely knocking out groups. And there's the stone, guys. So let's see that big old snail turn to stone. Look at that. Medusa has its effects. Even on a 3.24 million boss. This is pretty neat. I'm not saying this is the strongest unit out, but it definitely has a really cool new mechanic. And I like how they used a recently newer mechanic for this unit as well. They used the fixed version of Overlord's mechanic, and then they also added an additional mechanic to it, which instead of turning these guys around like the hundreds of different confusion units that they have out there, which is cool, don't get me wrong. I love those units because they're very helpful. But this one stops them in the tracks. So imagine throwing a confusion out, or some kind of confusion type unit out, and you have Medusa not only turning them into stone as they're turning around. I could see this being a very useful plan of attack. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to our lobby, and let's talk about this. All right, guys. Now you have a pretty good idea of what both of these units can do. And keep in mind, these are testing lobby stats, so minor changes can happen before or right when the update drops. Personally, I really like what they did with the Medusa flower. Having that Overlord style targeting that actually follows the enemy makes it way more useful, and the stone mechanic could be extremely powerful. Now imagine pairing Medusa with a confusion unit in the same loadout. You've got enemies getting turned around while Medusa is turning them straight into stone and increasing the damage they take. That could make for a really nasty setup, guys. But Bounce Bloom is the one I'm really excited about. A 350 cost starter with that kind of DPS is exactly what we need. Good starters are hard to come by, and I honestly think Bounce Bloom could be one of the better ones, honestly. If I had to pick just one, I would probably go with, I hate to say it, I'd have to say Bounce Bloom. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and hit that hype button to help push this video out to more GTD players. This is Badass Shark from Dad Games, signing out, and as always guys, stay grinding!